Welcome back to Farm and Hammer, everyone. It's a beautiful day out today and I thought it'd be a great day to do a barn tour for you all. I'd mentioned giving a tour of this old barn a few videos ago and it seemed like there was a lot of interest, so I decided today is the day that we are going to tour this old abandoned barn. So let's get into it. So when I say abandoned, I really do kind of mean abandoned. This barn was obviously used to raise a lot of livestock at one point. But over probably the last 60 years, there hasn't been any animals raised in it. It's just been kind of storage, and even in the last 20 years, no one's really used it for that. So, so we are going to walk around, go inside, climb up in the loft, and tour some of these rooms in here and see what we can find. But before we go in, I did want to show you guys the other side of the barn. This is actually where we're going to walk in here. Yeah, but this side's in a little bit of better shape. Still obviously a lot of trash, but it's a little bit better. So first we're going to go in here. I'm actually going to crawl through over there. So here we are in this side of the barn. As you can tell, it is just trashed. Just a little history on this place. The previous owner, they owned this place for probably 60 or 70 years. And he owned a sawmill. That's in a different shed here on the property, or was in a different shed on the property. And so all of his scrap lumber or lumber he was going to dry out, he threw in here. And so this pile of lumber, you know, it looks just like dirt, but you can see this lumber goes probably close to a foot down. It's just been stacked here for years and years and years. And then on top of that, he used to let his cows in here. You can tell it's just been trashed. There's a lot of cleaning to do. This is also where they would throw bales down from the loft into this manger here, and whether it was cows or horses, I'm not sure. This is where they would feed them. I'm guessing it's, I don't know. I would guess it's horses because it's really tall. But who knows? Once again, I have no clue. So if any of you guys know better, please leave that down in the comments below. Here's an old jar. Wonder what that was for. Anyway, a lot of super old stuff in here. We haven't done much exploring in here besides cleaning out the one little area. And now guys, I'm actually going to switch over to my GoPro just so I can show you more of what I'm seeing, and it's kind of hard to walk around and climb around in there without one of your hands, so I'm going to switch over to that. So I took you in there. This next room, obviously the siding's gone. There used to be a door, I guess right here, and it's gone. So here, once again, just another small room that has been trashed, full of a lot of old lumber that we're probably gonna have to burn most of. There's some sheetrock, there's some old shower panels, just a lot of trash. There's an old truck seat buried in there somewhere, big piece of glass. There's an old bowling pin. I don't know how old that is, but old bowling pin, old wooden bowling pin. Anyway, this is another small room. I'm not going to climb in there because there's just too much trash in there. But then that's the little hallway thing there. And this here is actually what I cleaned out. This is where we're going to be housing a few pigs just for about a week until we get them used to the fencing and get them trained to electric fence. But this actually used to be the old milking parlor, as my dad informed me, because this is the same setup that he was in, milking cows at his parents' place when he was a little kid. So this is an old milking parlor. Cows would come in. Guess I should find one that works. Of course you can't see in there, but there's a little feed box there. Cow goes in, you can shut them keep him out. Anyway, yeah, just an old milk parlor. That's this old concrete here, and then this little strip here, it's missing some concrete, but not terrible in here. There was a lot of trash. Once again, the wood, scrap wood, was all about that high. It was just trashy. So the next thing we're going to go into, also this is an old horseshoe that's been stuck to the wall, nailed to the wall. I think that'd have to be almost a draft horse. Bigger than most horseshoes. Maybe hard to see on camera, but that's a giant horseshoe there. Next we will go into here. This, once again, full of trash. Who knows how long a lot of this stuff has been in here. I'm guessing this was an old office or was going to be a bathroom or something. They painted the walls, and there's also some weird divider in here. I don't know what that was for. It has sheet metal on the bottom, but carpet scraps, you name it, there's trash and more trash. An old rotten chair. Yeah, just a lot of trash. Anyway, so that's another small room. May have been where the milk tank was. I don't know. Anyway, on to the next room. And here's the other side of the barn, which I haven't showed you. We're gonna climb in here. I am worried I'm gonna scare a skunk out of here or run into something that I don't want to. Let's see, there's some old wooden legs, buried, old mattress, not buried, but I wish it kind of was. Here's an old bookshelf. I think it's a shelf, some kind of shelf, and probably about 40 chair cushions. Looks like there's an old hide. I don't even know what this, there's an old dead rotten possum. Some piece of a bird. Not a fun place to be. I'm guessing this is an old deer hide, from what I can tell. Once again, I don't know how old that is. Old nails, but that doesn't tell me much. As you can see, all these piles of dirt, those are there because there's animals that dug holes. Hole there, hole there. There's a big hole under the mattress. There's a hole in all those wooden legs there. Another hole on the other side. So there's a bunch of just little critters living in here. So that's gonna be fun. There's an old galvanized bucket there. That's not terrible. Anyway, once again, gross, a lot of trash, but it does have potential. If this was all cleaned out and leveled out, it wouldn't be a terrible place to fix up. And now we're going to venture into there. So these are some old little shelves, mostly made out of some old cedar. They were in that room that we cleaned out for the pigs. Going in here, once again, more trash. Old fishing reel. These are where the feed boxes are. Lots of wood. And this is the room I haven't showed you yet. Here's an old shower. I don't want to break that. That'd be a lot bigger of a mess. And this room here, I can't even stand up in. It's only about a 4'8" ceiling. Crouched over, and the floor actually is right here. They put a wooden floor in. Lots of bundles of sticks and little stickers. Let's see. What do we got here? Blanket. Old jar. Bag of, I think that's, yeah, it's concrete because it fell out. This is actually painted green. This is probably an old ping pong table. And going through the wall here, next room, we have some old ceiling tiles. I don't even want to step on those. And another, I don't know, 2 foot of boards. Some of this looks like walnut. Not terrible shape. Some old cherry in here, I know. And an old camo cushion. Old door. Armstrong suspended ceiling panels. This is an old, just some kind of trash they threw in here. Anyway, so I'm gonna come out of here. And this is the entrance to that office I showed you. So you can see that divider there. So last but not least, I think I've showed you all the rooms. Now it's just a matter of getting back over to this side. So again, I hope I don't run into a skunk. This is that trash room, the first one I showed that I have no clue what's in there. It's gonna be a fun time getting all that stuff out, and now we will open this door and go into the loft. And surprisingly, these stairs are actually sturdy. And here we are. This is my favorite part of old barns. Once again, we got more lumber. This is walnut, I believe. Most of it is. It's this stuff over here, red oak. Here's the old box for bowling pins. And this guy also made little toys for kids. He used to make wooden toys. And so if you see a lot of little cutouts from a bandsaw or something, that's probably what it was from. More lumber here. Once again, a lot of lumber, a lot of stickers. And before they sold this place, see that stack there with all the lumber kind of in it? This whole side was covered in those. That side especially, it was up to there probably worth of lumber. And before they sold the property, they had a guy come in, he bought most of that stuff. So that's what all the stickers are doing, thrown around. The guy didn't really leave it very clean. We got a squirrel in between the sheet metal roof and the old roof. We'll see if he'll pop his head out here. Nope, I think he's gonna hide in there. Anyway, the floor in here is actually really sturdy. A lot of chairs if anyone needs one. And you can see the old wooden shingles there. So some of you may be able to tell me the age of this barn, but I personally don't know. Based on the nails and some of the other stuff, I'd say it's early 1900s, maybe a little bit older, but it's at least 100 years old, I'd say. Anyway, pretty neat old barn. I'd like to get it fixed up and put new wood siding on and all that, but of course that'll take time and money. So one thing I will show you guys that's not related to the barn, but it's right next to the barn. This is an old this is a piece of hay equipment, and I'd like to meet the guy that set this on blocks, because it is still on the blocks, but a tree has grown all the way, almost all the way over it, and it may still be good, I don't know. Still got all the sharp teeth on it, and anyway, that'd be fun to get out of here and restore, but we'll see if that happens. Anyway, kind of neat. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this old barn tour. I'm glad I didn't run into any skunks or anything on the tour, but I know there's definitely some in here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.